We are finally getting answers tonight to a mystery that has eluded investigators for nearly 2 decades and leaving a family without closure and fueling sensational global headlines all the while. As tonight we learn what happened to Natalee Holloway, the Alabama teenager who disappeared during a school trip to Aruba in 2005. From the beginning, a young man named Joran Sloot was the prime suspect in her disappearance. Well, today he finally admitted he killed her. In court documents released, he revealed the gruesome details of how he did it, what he did. The confession offered during a federal case linked to the Alabama teenager and his efforts to basically extort her mother out of money. Joining us now live from Birmingham is NewsNation's correspondent Alex Caprariello. And Alex, Joran Sloot was facing extortion and wire fraud charges, so why did he offer the confession to murder her?
Well, it was all a part of that plea deal that he struck with the U.S. Department of Justice in exchange for that guilty plea to federal wire fraud and extortion charges. This longtime person of interest in Natalee Holloway's disappearance had to confess to all of those harsh and gruesome details of her murder.
It is over, and that is getting justice for Natalee.
After 18 years of heartbreak and suffering, this afternoon, justice is finally served. Joran Sloot, considered for years to be the prime suspect in the disappearance and murder of Alabama teenager Natalee Holloway in 2005, will spend at least the next 2 decades behind bars after entering a guilty plea for extortion and wire fraud charges against her mother. As part of the deal made with the FBI and U.S. District Court of Northern Alabama, Sloot confessed to her slaying, ending years of speculation about his role in her disappearance, providing gruesome details about that infamous night during her senior vacation to Aruba. Sloot admits he was touching her on the beach when she began to reject his advances, adding, "I kept feeling her up either way, and she ends up kneeing me in the crotch. I get up and kick her extremely hard in the face. I see a cinder block laying on the beach. I take this and I smash her head in with it completely. I walk up to about my knees into the ocean and I push her off into the sea." He then added he walked home, but Holloway's body was never found. In court on Wednesday, Sloot apologized to the Holloway family for his actions, telling the judge that he's a changed man and he's given his life to Christ. Outside on the courthouse steps, a celebration. But the Holloway family says they aren't accepting Sloot's apology.
Joran Sloot's confession means we have finally reached the end of our never-ending nightmare. And for me, reaching the end of the nightmare, being over, is better than closure.
And Sloot will be extradited back to Peru. That's where he will serve his 20 years in prison, concurrently with the other murder prison sentence that he has right now in that country. On top of that, he's also being forced to pay the $25,000 he exploited and took from the Holloway family.
Yeah, in his effort, in total, he wanted $250,000. He managed to extort $25,000 out of them. Alex, thank you so much. Thanks so much for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.